Noel, do you like the Beatles? No. Vis- On what? Whenever in my life do you think I would have listened to the Beatles? Listen, I'm sure the Beatles were solid, you know, when they just invented acid. Like when you had to do acid off of somebody's finger or some shit. Yeah, I've heard all the retail songs, Yellow Submarine and Across the Universe. I've heard every hallmarky ass song from the Beatles. Um, but no, man. I, yeah, bro, the Beatles. How are you gonna ask? Do you listen to the Beatles? The Beatles, in my opinion, have just like in my life, highly commercialized sound. It's the safest music on earth. If between Future and the Beatles, I think I'm listening to the fucking Beatles, man. We're gonna spend 20 minutes talking about it. No, we're not, man. I've passed Abbey Road twice. I didn't give a damn both times. 3 times actually. Look. I'm not saying the Beatles make bad music. I'm just saying for me personally, there's been no point in my life where that music spoke to me or inspired me or made me go, huh, you know, you know, Queen, bro, what? No. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's. I don't think I can. Can I even play the Beatles on stream? I don't. Even, dude. I'm gonna just play a snippet of a Beatles track. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So at this point in time, right? Okay, you got this. Like already, this shit sounds like a coffee commercial, and I want to kill myself. Oh, oh. Or, or or I could listen to this. Trap House Mob.
Roll another one. Sit up, never like you know it's put you back in with them automatics. We gon' send them to heaven. Wait. Hey. Woo! Oh, you feeling sturdy, man. Shake it. She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock.
You see that? You see that? You see? Look at the chat. The chat is going, woo! Chat's going crazy. But you want to sit there and listen to that fucking. Look out of here, man. I don't feel nothing when I hear that music. That shit is emotionless.
Oh, yeah.
For
I'm
me.
gonna say it. I'm gonna fucking say it. Beatles are simp. AA Moo.
Beatles is when you don't have like pubic hair. Like if you still listen to the Beatles past 16, you've never cummed in your life. You never had an orgasm ever. You got to be lonely. You got to be lonely because if someone loved you, or put it on you like that, you would want to feel something. But you got to be alone. If someone loved you, they would not let you listen to that shit. If you listen to the Beatles like that, you have sex in push-up position. Our last station didn't show up, but the Beatles trash as fuck, bro. And this is from a British bloke. It's look, for its time, I'm sure it was good shit, but for relative to now, it's boring. There's nothing. We got so much exciting shit in music right now. I'm not saying they're trash. I'm just saying they're not for me. Why do I have to like them? Why do I have to like them? Beatles for me are up there with fucking Coldplay, and it all sounds like bank commercial music. All right, that's all it sounds like to me. For their time, I'm sure they were very revolutionary and unique and all that. But as I have seen them, mostly they are in fucking Folgers commercials and Super Bowl commercials, and you know, it's just the sound is just not. It's been murdered. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. All these girls with blonde streaks in their hair. How the fuck do you not like Coldplay? Excuse me? All right.
Any cover of a Beatles song is better than the original, and that's a fact.
Hey, my clown shoes, Twitch Prime 4 months. I like this arguing going on. I like this
The
arguing.
Beatles are absolutely overrated. Generic ass white bread lyrics. Anyways, Elon, fuck my wife.
Bro, how can you listen to the Beatles with all this other shit we got in music right now?
Hell yeah.
Beatles, Coldplay, and this shit is for MFs writing poems in the DM. Fuck all that shit.
Listen, I'm saying if it's 4 guys singing about 1 girl, that is simp shit, all right? You can't say it's not simp, and one of their fucking biggest records is I Wanna Hold Your Hand. I wanna hold your hand. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. You think I'm listening to any song talking about, I wish I could hold your hand, dude?
Had to resub just to say fuck the Beatles, overrated elevator music.
E Breezy, tier 1, 2 months. There we go. There we go. Bro, if there's any simp song you're listening to, it should be this one. This is the only simp song, this amongst others, but this is one of the few.
Baby, I just don't get it.
That. Okay, if you're listening to any simp shit, it should be that. If you're going to simp, you should simp to the highest degree. You should be thinking about a 12-man choreographed ensemble, you know, interrupting her day at work with a fucking, you know, coordinated this and you breaking it down and you singing to her. That should be the simp. It should be grand gesture simping. Oh, old Usher? Bitch. You want some true simping? This is true simping right here, man.
Okay, so if a song hasn't got lines about fucking bitches, doing
Uh-huh.
drugs, or shooting someone up, it's boring. Why
Uh-huh.
do you think commercials have that style of music?
Uh-huh.
Because it's popular. You wouldn't have the music today without the Beatles.
See?
Pink
Here we
Floyd.
go. Hold on. We got Andrew. You mad, son? Are you hurt? This is how I know you don't listen to rap, because you think rap is only about that shit. This tells me you don't know shit about rap. You don't know a fucking thing about rap music with that dumbass comment right there. You really think rap music is all gangster shit? You've not listened to rap music long enough to talk like that about rap music. You should go back about 20 years and listen to all rap records since like early 90s. And maybe you get caught up. And then maybe you figure out that rap is not built from fucking the Beatles. You really think the Beatles are the reason that we have rap music? Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You may not like rap music. Just say that shit, man. But don't come up in here like, oh, if it wasn't for the Beatles, you would not have. I'm sure rap music would have came along in some other way or form, brother. I'm sure it would have found a way. You ever heard of fucking Larry June? That guy raps about eating vegetables and doing your taxes. You don't know shit about rap, Andrew. Fuck out of here. You don't know a goddamn thing. That's the most irritating fucking commentary I've heard in my life. That shit has irked me my entire life,
I love
bro.
Bud.
So you want to argue about music, fine. But at least I'm giving you and don't give me that shit about why is it used in commercials because it's popular. No, bitch, they're just old. A lot of people recognize that music. You could say that shit about rap music that we listen to now. You could put a Drake record in a commercial 30 years from now, and a lot of motherfuckers going to recognize that shit. Is that shit like the Beatles? No. But a lot of people will recognize it because it's generational music, is it not? So, what's your point, bruh? Anyway. Yeah, that too. Dinosaurs getting the rights is mad easier when it's old. Drake is simp music too. That we can agree on. But that's the generational simp music we need, bro. Yoko Ono, I don't know if she's simp, man. I think she's the other way. I think she's the other way. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now who's mad? Ha 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 ha. I'm not saying rap shit.
Uh-huh.
Stormzy's great and other artists, so I respect them and their talent.
Oh, okay. Well then, what are you talking spicy for? Let's read your last fucking statement. I referenced Pop Smoke, and you think that's the only kind of music I like? And now you backing up. Oh, I didn't say rap's bad. I didn't say rap's bad. But you over here with. So if the song didn't have fucking bitches or shooting shit up, then it's bad. Fuck out of here. You doing that classic shit where you're like, oh, dude, who's mad now? Nah, bro, you got sunned, and now you're trying to make up for it. It's okay. It's all right. You're still welcome to the stream, but you're going to take this L. Anyway, I'm put on a classic rap record. It was one of my favorites. It's been a favorite for me right now. Y'all know it. Is there any music that you listen to that you don't think we'd expect you to like? I've been a fan of this like random, like, I don't know if you could call it psychedelic rock, but they're pretty solid dudes. They're called the Tasers. They're from Australia, I think. And then been a big fan of Rammstein for forever. I mean, this one ain't too special, but you know, I mean, like, I listened to a lot of System of a Down in high school. That's just because that's like LA shit. If you're from LA, you kind of have I feel like you have a certain amount of respect for System of a Down and Rage Against the Machine. I've not listened to the new Bad Bunny, but I like Bad Bunny. I don't know. I had close friend. One of my close friends.
Love you, bro.
He used to be in a hardcore band, so I was exposed to a lot of that type of music, hardcore and that whole scene. That whole fucking. I'm familiar with that shit. Friends Stand United, as they like to call themselves. So yeah, I don't know. I've dabbled in a lot of different shit. Portugal the Man is solid. Yeah. 5 Seconds of Summer. I know dude from 5 Seconds of Summer was playing TMG on his stream the other day. That shit is dope. I don't really listen to them, if I'm being completely honest. Do I like alternative music? Every time I've tried it, it's not really been my thing. I can appreciate it, but it's not for me. I've tried other genres, but, you know. Yeah, Tame is good, but their sound is so molded that's like I feel like a lot of people can appreciate that type of music. I've given the Misfits a listen. I understand that they were important, but not my thing.
Hell yeah.
Make a Spotify for us, King.
I'll think about it. I'm just gonna keep saying that. I've dabbled in fucking weird, like epic metal shit, like Children of Bodom and Rhapsody, and that was back in the day. That was before. That was pre-Guitar Hero. That was pre-Guitar Hero. Yeah, I mean, NoFX and all that shit. I've definitely heard it. Yo, by the way, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in all week. Let me say that. And you know what, Andrew, if you're still here, sorry I got so heated, man.
What is going on?
But that shit,
Period.
that shit got under my skin. I'm a bit testy. What would you do if I gifted 20 subs? Andrew. Is that the same Andrew I was yelling at earlier? I don't know, man. You don't have to do that, man. Times are, do that only if you really want to. But that's on you, my man.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Happy 2 months, my little bald baby. Love you, X.
Appreciate you, Andrew. Wait. Andrew Barlow. Is that the same Andrew that I lit up for the Beatles thing? Is that the same Andrew I lit up for the Beatles thing? I thought about that the other day. I was so mad. I was so mad that day. I just couldn't believe someone would say that music, that rap music, the Beatles were crucial to rap music. Get the fuck out of here, man. All right, anyway.
Yeah, it is me, I suppose. At the end of the day, it's nice that we can be passionate about two different genres of music. Looking back at it now, I respect your taste, but it just ain't for me. Much love, X.
Andrew, I'm glad to see you back,
My
man. I'm so glad you're back, bro. I love that, man. There is no better way to form a friendship than with someone you could, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like me and Andrew could like slap box and be angry and then, go eat a cheeseburger together. It's some true bromance shit, man. I'm glad you came back, man. I really appreciate
You're
the
an
support.
amazing synthesizer. The only thing my dad left me was my height and my trauma, you lucky mofo.
See, Andrew, if you would just give
Losing
rap
my
music
battle
a
with
chance,
depression.
you could
Needed
evolve
this
out of that
stream
shit.
girl.
So, shout out Andrew, man. Anyway, you know what's really funny? Speaking of Andrew and speaking of my dad, here's a fun story that Andrew will enjoy. Maybe this might explain why I have such disdain for the Beatles. Y'all ready for this story? I remember my dad, I was super young, and I think maybe I was 7, 8 years old, something like that. And my dad would just drag me around town, as parents do. And I get a lot of my erratic behavior from my dad. My dad would just wake up on a Saturday and he'd be like, I want to go buy records. So I remember one Saturday he dragged me around town to do some errands, and then he wanted to buy records. And he started bouncing around to all these different record shops, and he's looking them up in a phone book. And it felt like for the fuck ever. But by the end of the day, he lands at this record store, and he pulls out this. What's
Happy 2 years, King. Now let's make it 20, 100.
Hold up. Okay. The Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, whatever. That record, my dad goes into this record shop and he shuffles through and he finds it, and it's unopened. It's in like pristine condition. And he goes, "Ah, yeah, this is what I came for." And I remember being so fucking upset. I don't know why he landed on that record, because it just seemed like it was on a whim, but maybe he just got it in his head that he was going to find, an unopened, pristine record, something like that. And so, he pulls that out, and we went and bought that. I remember being mad at him then, saying, "You dragged me all around for this fucking Beatles record." I was so upset. And so, yeah, that's a fun story for me and Andrew. Andrew Barlow, we should swap dads. For real, that would piss me off too. I'm not going to lie. Well, I appreciate you being honest, man.